Welcome back. Supporting local. Now, when you purchase from local artists, you are supporting New Mexico small businesses, and the Santa Fe Artist Market is making it easy to do just that. Well, they are in their 15th season of providing an outdoor venue for local juried artists to sell their fine arts and crafts. We're joined this morning by Kathy Burhans, a jewelry artist, along with Kelly Moore, a folk art painter. Now, they are both taking part in the Santa Fe Artists Market, and they are here to tell us more about their work and the market itself. Welcome to you both.
Thank you.
Absolutely. It's great to have you here. We have a little gentleman right there in the painting that we're going to talk about in a second, but that could be a little a David Romero art piece right there. It's got the boots. It's got, I wish I was as skinny as him, but that's a whole different story. But in the meantime, you know, Kathy, let's kind of talk about the Santa Fe Artist Market itself.
Sure. It is a juried show, all handmade art, everything from wood to paintings to fabric. And we show every Saturday, weather permitting, outside 9 to 2 in the rail yard in Santa Fe.
That is beautiful. And again, you know, we were kind of talking about this just briefly before we came on air, is that the beauty of art and artists is that it's pure. I mean, you don't have technology, you don't have to worry about anything. You're just, you know, at one with your creations. You know, Kelly, let's kind of talk about your work.
Well, you're right. It's like something that I do daily, so I don't think too much about it. I just go down to my barn, which is where I paint, and just have fun, and eventually something good happens.
Yeah.
That's the day for me right there. A couple hours. I start at about 7 o'clock in the morning and go. First, I wake up in the morning, have a cup of green tea, talk to my cats. I have 3.
Yep.
And then straight down to the barn, and I start making mistakes. And the better the mistakes, the better the art.
That's how it comes to life.
That's what happens.
See, and that's also the beauty of the Santa Fe Artist Market, is that, I mean, there's a wide variety of different mediums that are kind of coming together, and artists that you have the chance to actually meet firsthand. Some of the great paintings that we also have on the set right there. Whose work are we featuring there? Kelly?
That's mine.
That's you. All right.
Yeah.
Wow. It's just, and you can like stare at it for hours and still kind of be just brought into it. But again, as I was talking about, you have the chance to meet the artist one-on-one. So let's kind of talk about your experience with it, Kathy.
I'm lucky. I have my art studio at home, so I get to go grab my coffee and go right to work in my own home.
Yeah.
I create metal jewelry, all hand fabricated. Stone setting, I silversmith. I work with copper. One of my big pieces are they're showing it on camera right now, my copper patina. I fume that in ammonia for about 12 hours to get that wonderful blue color. And then my other latest popular item are my bolo ties, which I do in copper, which is fun to have a brown motif bolo that's hard to find. And then my other ones are silver with the black leathers. So they're kind of fun.
There you go. And that's the creativity of an artist right there, finding the different ways to, you know, tam the stones or make it have a whole different look that you're kind of customizing to it. So right now, with the, again, in the 15th year right there for the Santa Fe Artist Market, it's right there at the rail yards in Santa Fe. So what are the hours that we're looking at?
Well, it's 9 a.m. to 2 p.m., weather permitting. So sometimes if the wind comes through, we have to close down early. But
yeah, that's New Mexico for you.
Yeah.
But again, it's a great way to get out and support local, which is something that we have stressed on this program for a number of years. And at the same time, you're going to ensure that the artists have their work continue on. So it is, again, great to have you both with us, and thanks for joining us.
Thanks
and
for
much
having us.
success wished to you both.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Welcome back. The Santa Fe Artist Market is a nonprofit organization that provides local artists an outdoor venue as to sell their fine arts and crafts. And many of the artists, they also do custom work, so you can actually find exactly what you're looking for. You get to meet them firsthand as well. Well, it is here just in time for you to find a unique gift for Father's Day as well. So here to tell us more about the market itself are artists Patty O'Connor and Allison Entelman, and they're going to be telling us more about their work and the market itself. Ladies, it is great to have you both with us.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Yeah, so right now, you know, we're in the mindset of it's going to be Father's Day on Sunday, so we also want to make sure that Dad's taken care of. But for anybody heading out to the market, Patty, what can they find?
Wow, you can find quite a variety. We have artists that create in just about any media you could think of. We have ceramicists, we have jewelers, wall artists, metal artists, wood artists.
Yeah.
There's everything, something for everybody.
Yeah. And it's a wonderful time. My gosh, you know, the rail yards in Santa Fe is just gorgeous as it is. But when you can actually just stroll through and take in some fine art, that makes it even better. Allison, let's kind of talk about, as a metalsmith,
Yes.
let's talk about some of your work.
Well, my work is all handmade, and it's very much its own distinct style. I use these hollow pod forms that I make with my hammers. The equipment I use is very simple, and this actually shows my process.
Wow.
The sterling silver starts out flat. I fold form it, which creates creases. I have picture a block of wood with crevices in it. I hammer into the middle, bring up the sides, making this pod. And so each one is individually made. And a bracelet like this, for example, is made of a series of pods that are hinged. And in conjunction, I use all different types of stones. I use stones in their rough, faceted, and smooth forms. This happens to be a natural surface lapis. I use traditional sapphires, I use raw sapphires, and then I also make the clasp. So this is actually a box clasp, just not in the shape of a box. And you probably can't hear on camera, but there's a click, a very satisfying click.
Yeah.
And it's also secure.
That is incredible. I'm just kind of blown away at just even the craftsmanship of it, you know, kind of talking about the bending and the locking clasp. But the procedure, I mean, illustrating, I mean, from start to finish, how you come up with your works, and I believe we have some shots over there on the set of some of your works as well. We'll get Bobby a chance to get that set up. But,
and those pieces show, there's another bracelet over there with a smaller scale of watermelon tourmaline, and I call that bracelet Flora, and it's, you know, in the spring in the desert, the colors are sand and then that sage green, but the flowers, when they start blooming, they're so vibrant.
Yeah.
And that's what that bracelet is inspired by. Then there's a front clasp necklace that's watermelon tourmaline. A large necklace over there I call Glimmering Sunshine.
Love it. Well, speaking of vibrant, some of the works of Patty O'Connor. Patty, your works as well, just bringing colors and pictures and everything to life.
So what I brought today were, just to give you a little background, my business name is Patty's Pieces. So I've taken canvases that I've had around a while, got tired of looking at, and I've reimagined them. So this is what I call the repiece collection. So I take canvases that are already assembled and I cut them apart.
Okay.
And I reimagine them. So this one was just a door canvas and I made a tiny house out of it.
Wow.
The ones over there, the one on the right is photographs of labradorite stone. Those were 2 canvases put together. The one on the left, those were 4 different canvases, and they were actually taken at the Albuquerque Balloon Fiesta.
We love it. That's a great way to illustrate the state's premier and signature event, Balloon Fiesta, but a wonderful event that you can take part in every Saturday. That's going to be at the Rail Yards in Santa Fe. That is the Santa Fe Artist Market.
Yep.
It's date and times?
It's every Saturday from March through December. We're open 9 to 2, weather permitting. Sometimes we get a little weather, we have to close, but it's always posted on social media if we're closed or not.
There you go. That's New Mexico at its best right there. Patty and Allison, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate it.
Alrighty.
Thank you for having
Thanks,
us.
David.
Absolutely.